My name is Alisha Pate, and I own Pate Ranch Creations. I'm originally from Oklahoma, but I live in Texas now. Been there for most of my life. And I run a small shop and been full-time business, minus the corporate world, for about 2.5 years. But I've been in the maker space for 6 complete years. And I use my lasers for 95% of the stuff that I produce in my shop. It's more of a laser-based company. I've started adding some leather and other woodworking tools, but I have 10 lasers in my shop, and I'm pretty much running 2 or 3 lasers every day at the same time. So heavy laser base. This event has been great in a couple of ways. It was more of an intimate session, so we didn't have huge volumes. I've been to conferences where we've had so many people, it was hard to do a lot of hands-on. I think the hands-on has been a real plus. There's a sampling of each of the machines, the Novas and the Bolts. And so depending on which one you have, the users or the attendees are able to spend some one-on-one time or 3-on-1 time with each of the techs to kind of ask questions. So it's more of a catered setting where you can ask them the questions that you probably always wanted but never had the opportunity to do. So the hands-on has just been a big plus. Thunder Laser has been a huge impact for my business because that's the majority of what I run. So I've had some lasers, different brands prior to owning Thunder Lasers. I think I have 4 Thunder Lasers now in my shop, and they're just workhorses. It's a true commercial machine, and so the reliability and the maintenance on these machines is just a level above than some of the brands that I had before. So taking that step of upgrading my laser machines to Thunder was a big decision in our shop, and it was the right one for us. At this event, there's a couple of speakers that had a lot of good information. Chris really went into detail of how to do photos, and if you're not great at photos, you would know that his work in the photo space was great, top notch. So I think being able to really go over some of those details, how does he prepare them, what is, the best practices for those, has been very beneficial here at the session. And then another one has been Robert. Robert Kofed is very knowledgeable in the light burn side and how to run the machines and get the best out of the tips and tricks out of light burn. So that's been very beneficial. I think my favorite thing about Thunder Laser is, even though I've never had to really use support much, when I did need support, I crashed the head a couple weeks ago. I was able to get it resolved with a little bit of issue that I had based on what I had done. So the quickness and the return of getting someone on the line, I think it was less than 5 minutes. That part is nice to have. I didn't have to go into the Facebook groups to say, hey, help me out, what's going on? I was able to send an email, do the support, get quick contact. And the other thing that I think is beneficial that most people probably don't give it much value is the knowledge base that is out there for users. If they have some concern or an issue, they can easily go and find it in the system. And there's videos and text versions. So the knowledge base and able to get somebody on the phone if you had something going on with your machine or a question. Those are the 2 things that I like about after you've gotten a machine. But for me, the machine is it's a great workhorse. But those are a couple of things that I really like about Thunder Laser.